So this girl, let's call her 15, because she's 15. Now 15 has a little brother who we'll call 11, and 15 and 11 have a problem. They've just been kidnapped, and they've been taken away, and no one knows where they are. So they're in the middle of a custody battle going on between their mom and dad, right? And they very openly don't want to live with their mom because they claim she's abusive. So they tell their school counselors, they tell police, but still nothing gets done. And so eventually they start running away. So their mom, who we'll just call mom gets tired of all this, and she eventually goes to court. Now ultimately the court basically sides with her, and the judge orders the kids to be detained and placed in what's called a reunification camp. And I'll explain what that is in a minute. Shortly after the judge orders that, 15 and 11 are at their grandma's house visiting, and suddenly a group of goons show up outside, and they're banging on the door. Now these goons are escorted by police, so they're there legally, and 15 knows they're there to detain her and her brother and take them to the reunification camp. So 15 and 11, they hide in their grandma's house with the lights out in the dark, and quietly 15 posts a little video on her Instagram.
Me and my brother are trapped at our grandma's house. Please, anyone who sees this, please can help us. Just help us.
And people in the neighborhood see it, and they show up and they start filming. And eventually, once there are enough witnesses outside, 15 and 11, they come out and they confront the goons hired to take them away, and things get heated.
Get away from us now!
Just calm down.
No, not happening! Get away! Get away! You afraid monster for doing this!
But unfortunately, it's no use. No matter what they say, no matter how many witnesses there are, the court-appointed goons snatch up 15 and 11 and they take them away. Now 15 is a clever girl. She knew they were coming to take her. So long before this, she prepared a video to let everyone know.
If you're getting this, then I was taken by my mother or people on her behalf.
And in 15's Instagram post that night, she had tagged this woman, One Mom's Battle. And One Mom's Battle is an advocate for children's rights, and now she's paying attention to this. Then, after they've been taken, some of 15's friends start a new Instagram and TikTok account to post about what's been happening. And the friends post the video of 15 and 11 being taken away. And that video blows up. And suddenly, people everywhere see it, and they're like, what the f***? Why are grown adults forcibly taking these kids away? And where the hell are they taking them to? People are up in arms. They're calling the police to ask them to look into this. One Mom's Battle gets involved and she organizes a protest. Even 15's high school holds a candlelit vigil. But still, no one has heard from 15 or 11. Not even their father knows where they are. And all this public outcry starts building up. So much so that the district supervisor of the city and the mayor have to give a press conference. And they tell everyone what you already know. That 15 and 11 were taken to a reunification camp. So what the hell's a reunification camp? So when a parent and their kid aren't getting along, there are these camps they can send their kid to. And in these camps, they isolate the kid from the rest of the world, no contact. And they attempt to re-educate the kid into a loving relationship with their parent. The problem is, if that parent is abusive, then they are forcefully trying to re-educate the kid into a loving relationship with an abusive parent. Also, if the kid doesn't agree to go to the camp, they'll often just hire goons to come snatch them up in the middle of the night. It's basically legal kidnapping. Also, some of these camps themselves have reputations for being abusive. So, 15 and 11 are at this camp. Now, according to her, they tell the camp therapist they've been abused by the mom, but the camp therapists don't believe her. They tell her she's overreacting, they tell her she's lying, they tell her she's crazy, and after that camp, they're forced into the custody of their mother. And their mother moves them out of state from California to Washington. And she allegedly makes them change their names and forbids them from contacting any of their friends back home or their father. But then, one night, 7 months later, 15 and 11 sneak out of wherever the hell their mother's keeping them. Cause finally, they've built up the courage to run away. And they make a video and they hit up One Mom's Battle and they ask her to post it.
We finally got away, so just update. We're doing okay now that we got away.
And it does take a little while, but eventually, 10 months after they were taken from their grandmother's house that night, 15 and 11 are finally, legally reunited with their father and are allowed to return home to their lives in Santa Cruz. Meanwhile, during all this, One Mom's Battle has been fighting to get traction for this new law to get passed. That law basically prohibits judges from legally kidnapping kids and forcing them into reunification camps. And I'm happy to say, last year that law was passed, so they can no longer do this. In California. It's still very legal to do this in other states. Shout out to California.